Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Those are just my camera. We are, well, I am very late. This was meant to be going live at 7:30. I ordered some food for myself. It was over an hour late getting here for some bizarre reason. Hence why I delayed it, and it was even later than that. So hence why I'm been breaking my neck for the last, how many minutes? 7 minutes trying to go live. And I must do that as I then come on to set everything up on the actual on my laptop here. Sorry, please sign in. I've never signed out of this my YouTube account, by the way. Need to sign in. It's been so long. I forgot how to fit new passwords and this and the other. It's a right ball ache, especially when you're rushing around trying to fucking go live on time for once. But hey, it is what it is. We are here. For the big news, 2 bits of big news actually, 3 bits of big news if you include women's football as well. 3 huge bits of big news I've got to cover on this show today. It's all kicked off in the last 24 hours. Oh dear, got it off. And I will say this, straight from the off: if certain people spam my chat with the same bullshit fucking statements they bombard me with on Facebook and Twitter DMs, I will time you out because I'm not in the mood for that today. There's a reason, and you know the reason why I'm not talking to you. End of. It's your own fault, your own stupidity, and then they're going to go, oh, it's bullying me, help me. I ain't bullying you, I'm just taking no shit from you. And the fact that you did what you did the other night after my last stream really took me over the edge, and I don't want to talk to you. So there's a reason why I'm not talking to you. Get the hint. That's it, I'm unsubscribing. Like it bothers me. Could you come back like you did to Twitter in 5 days? Oh dear. Be kind. No, I've had enough of the person. I did nothing wrong to this person. Then literally after my last stream, guys, just to sort of before we move on. As I'm finishing up, getting myself sorted from the last stream afterwards and all that, I'm getting DMs from people I don't know. Why are you bullying this person? What have you done to? What has he ever done to you? I ain't done nothing. Prove me wrong. He sent me this. He sent me that. Am I bullying in this? Have I in any way bullied this person? No, but that's what he's saying. Well, if he's saying it, it must be true because everything he says is true, isn't it? Declan Rice to Man City. Yeah. Edu out. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Okay, yeah. He's only signed Kai Havertz for £65 million, which fits our players, fits our system, the way we play, etc., etc. He's signed from a London rival as well. At the tender age of what, 24, 25, whatever, however old he is. He's only signed him. He's only signed arguably one of the best DMs in the Premier League outside of Rodri from a London rival. No, but a player that Bayern Munich wanted and all that. No, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's only helped sign Timber as well, because that's got over the line as well. One of the most promising Dutch defenders in Holland at the moment in time. No, I haven't got a clue what he's doing. He's only partly helped towards getting one of the best strikers in the WSL over the line over the last few months and over the line yesterday. No, I ain't got a clue. Ain't got a clue whatsoever, has he, Luca? I'm sorry, I'm going to name you because you pissed me off. You did not. There was no need for you to do that whatsoever. What you did the other night, and unlike others, I'm not going to be up your arse and going, okay, I forgive you because you've done it again because it ain't the first time with you. So I've had it and I've had enough. If I'm not replying to you on Facebook, is then suddenly I'm back on Twitter saying the same fucking thing in my DMs. There's a reason, and now I've seen you in the chat doing it exactly while before we're going live. So I want to get that out of the way. Like, stop it. I will talk to you when I'm good and ready, if I ever do. I suffer no fools, and so that's something you'll learn now. You should have learned this the first time you did this. I'm the worst person you want to get on the bad side of, let alone piss off and make false accusations up. I'm the worst person. Can you unblock my name, please? Oh, dear God. Only ones, yeah. We've got only ones. Got to pick up everyone else in the chat, by the way. And we've got Emerson in the chat. We've got Nemeth. We've got Mr. Tom. We've got Hawkwind in the chat. Sorry, Hawkwind. It's just some random so-called Arsenal fan. It pisses me off, and I will say so-called Arsenal fan because all you've ever done in my fucking socials is fucking complain. Even when we win 5-0, it pisses me off. And you've pissed me off what you did the other day. So I wanted to get that out there because I've seen you in the chat again. Literally word for word, copy and paste from the DMs into the chat. And I'm not having you spam the chat, saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Tourist and very stubborn. Oh yeah, very stubborn. Oh yeah. That's one trait from that side of things I do pick up. I don't suffer fools. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. There's more chance of me talking to this person that I've spoken about, Luca, in the chat, sorting things out of him than there is the league gunner. And that's saying something at the moment. Trust me. Oh dear, but Emerson as well, as I mentioned before. Evening right. Also, there's another bit of good news. There's 13 youngsters. Yep, that was announced today. Actually, we'll get onto that as well. I'll put the screens up and all that as well. 13 youngsters signed their scholarships forms, including Ethan Nawi, who, by the way, Ethan was the player that came on against Brentford away last season now, and became the youngest player in the Premier League ever. Obviously, whilst in his final year at school and all that, to get ready for his GCEs. Jesus Christ, no pressure there. But there was talk, obviously, because how our club set things up. We don't sign our youngsters up to professional contracts until they're 17, 18. Yeah, 17 going on 18. Was it the 17th birthday? We start the discussions. I believe it's around that time between then and the 18th to get them on the professional contracts and all that. Up till then, it's literally, as it's been revealed, scholarship for the rest of for now. And the second he turns 17, it'll be a professional contract. 17 or 18, one of the two, but it will be a professional contract. So he's agreed all that. That's cool. And it's great because it was, as I say, he seems to be a really good talent coming through, along with a few others. And I would have been gutted if we lost him this summer, because there was links for him to go to various clubs, like one club in particular, Chelsea. And after what they've done to one of our ex academy players in Hutchinson, sorry, I don't want any of our players going there. If they're going to go, don't go to Chelsea. Learn from Hutchinson, for fuck's sake, please. And Miles Lewis Skelly, yep. And as I say, this is all unveiled today, by the way. Jack Wilshire's under-18s squad today, and who's signed the scholarships and who's coming up from the under 14s levels into the under 18s, yeah. Per Mertesacker was there, so Jack was there, Mertesacker, obviously the academy players, all media stuff at the Emirates Stadium done. That was unveiled today. Taking photos, doing bits and pieces, getting, as you say, the scholarship signed and this, that, and the other. And it's good. It's good to see that we're not messing about on all levels. I've got to say another again. Sorry about that. I'm really getting pissed off at StreamYard. Over a year I've been saying this. My mic works fine on any other fucking software platform, barring StreamYard. It's clear StreamYard thing. Please sort your your stuff out, your servers out, whatever it is, sort it. Fuck's sake. So where did I cut off, guys? You just let me know where I cut off so I can recap quickly. Where did I cut off? Bloody Gary's in the chat as well. Why no one mentions me? Probably God is wrong for saying that. Alright, so okay, now it did about a minute ago. No one else did though, bastards. Where did I actually cut off though? Let me know where I cut off and I'll jump back up and behave yourself, Nemeth. About 2 minutes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't. Oh, God. Basically, I was just saying that I don't know how far back, I'm not going to be fucking looking either. But basically, yeah, in terms of the academy side of things, yeah. It's great to see that, obviously, since, as I was saying, Mertesacker, I was giving Mertesacker praise. I don't know if you got that, but I was giving Mertesacker a lot of praise, actually, since he retired and became the academy manager. How well run in the entire academy is now, and the amount of talent we've got coming through, even if they don't break it at the Arsenal. Pardon me. Unless you're Hutchinson and going to Chelsea, you money grubbing twat. You get opportunities elsewhere. We've seen Matt Smith did last week. He's joined, I think it's Charlton. I'm trying to think where he's joined now. Matt Smith, yeah, he's obviously left Arsenal. His contract came to an end and didn't get a new contract. And he has gone on free. I think it's league on a championship. One of those, either way. Oh God, Wigan, that's it. Wigan. So that's the that is the League One, isn't it? Yeah, because they got fucking relegated again. The fucking yo-yo club that they are. So good luck to him. I mean, good luck to him, obviously. But that's my point. No matter how much bad luck might be in the side, he might not have the chance to break through at Arsenal. Ex-doctor, yeah, the doctor. The thing is, I did refer to Matt Smith as the doctor. Every time he was in the line, I was like, "Oh, the doctor's on the bench." But the point is that literally the entire academy, if they don't break through at Arsenal, they will get their chances elsewhere, and they do go on to have some decent careers by the looks of it. Unless you're fucking Hutchinson, and it really pisses me off. It irks me that he went for the money. It clearly did, because obviously he went there, giving it big I am, paid what, 4 or 5 games under Potter in their worst period under Potter, by the way. Behave yourself, then, if you bastard. That's put me off now. And yeah, he was loaned out for the rest of the season, and then I think he's been loaned out again this summer already. So what future he's got? Yay! Oh, but they're giving chances to the young. They're building a young team and all that. That's their marketing now. They just don't. Yeah, new ownership. Yeah, that's working out, isn't it? Not. And I think, obviously, as I say, with that in mind, I think Ethan realised this and actually decided, you know what, I'll take the deal that Arsenal offering me, and I will get my chance. I mean, we showed. I know it was only one game last season, but we showed that we will give them the chances. And maybe just maybe, then they cut the pin on the draws we get. You might see a lot more of him. That's what's going forward. But yes, as I was doing before, I got interrupted by the mute and all that. Something was telling me, because I'm on another tab. So once I get my PC set up, I've got 2 screens. I'll know. I won't need to go back and forth between tabs and all that. But no, I've got to wait till then. Just told me just to go back over and make sure I've been muted, because it's just a feeling, so I say. But let's have a look. Let's try and find the actual announcement video on here. Long 24 hours, isn't it? Just spamming it. Oh, here we go. Is it? Yes, this is it. This is the announcement video. It's on Twitter anyway. I should be okay. It's on public domain. On the public domain via Twitter. So here we go. If you're saying you can't hear me, and I fucking go in and I fucking know I can hear myself perfectly, and I bollock you lot. No, I don't want pissing adverts. Thank you very much. Present whilst I'm waiting. Share screen. Right. That's backside. There we go. There we go. Backside. Yeah, it works fine. Don't try and piss me off, guys. I'm not in the mood. But basically, yeah, 24 hours ago. This is the all over the place today. This is the first big news in the last 24 hours. The worst kept secret in women's football for the last month in terms of being out there via Sky and all these media outlets and all that. That she's agreed to join the Arsenal. The worst kept secret officially was announced yesterday, to the point even Caitlin Ford feel bad for her, got fooled over the weekend by a fake announcement on Twitter, thinking it was the legit Arsenal women's Twitter page. Yeah, Alicia Russo, I'm just going to put the big screen on as well, was officially announced by the Arsenal, and this is the video they did it with. Can't wait for the watch alongs again. Yeah, big up Joel, by the way. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, watch alongs will be back. Arsenal watch alongs wise will be back for the friendly. So we'll be doing the women's watch alongs as well for the World Cup. But yeah, the men's wise it'll be back for from Nuremberg onwards. I've sorted that out as well from my end. So because obviously Tom's and all that, if you're available, Joel, for any of them, let me know and I'll bring you in for them as well. I will not be here for the first match. For the first Premier League watch along, no. I will not be here. I'll probably be Gary or someone else taking over the helm for the day, because by the skin of my teeth, in the end, because of normals like this new system's causing, I was able to get tickets for the opening game of the season, so I'll be at the game myself, but we will be doing a watch along. It'll just be someone else hosting and with a panel and all that, etc., etc. But more of that near at the time. Also, actually, before we go on to how happy I was that we got Russo and what this means for the girls team and all that going forward, and what this means in terms of Emma Hayes' dominance with Chelsea over the last 4 years is coming to an end, hopefully. Big congratulations, by the way, to the England under 21s team, who've, as of about an hour ago, reached the under 21s European Championship final after beating Israel in the semis 3-0. And Smith Rowe got an assist. I think he's gone off of a bit of a niggle or something, apparently. Didn't see myself, but apparently he's took a bit of a knock, but nothing too serious. Hopefully, touch wood. No, if he'll be playing in the final. He is also England's top goal scorer in his competition so far, as it stands. But he's got a few goals, a couple of assists. He's been doing really well. So good, fantastic for him, but also the lads as well. So good luck to them in the final. And if I'm able to, I might even do a watch along for that over the weekend or whenever the final is. Yeah, Gary Russo at Arsenal, very nice, and I like it. I think I was saying this yesterday in the group chat with Ange and all that. Like, Russo actually looks good in the red and white. Like, doesn't look considering he's been playing in red and like the dark red and black of Man United for the last 3 years. It doesn't look weird that he's in Arsenal red and white. It does look the business in our colours. It does suit them more. And I've seen all the videos and all that, even online on the Arsenal website and all that. Genuinely excited to see you at the club, and cannot wait for her to come back from the World Cup and get going and provide that competition. Keep Stina on her toes and vice versa. I think, it's going to be very interesting. As I say, what's she bring to us? We saw at the weekend. We've seen when she's at United as well. It's completely different to Stina. She's a different striker to Stina on so many levels. The cat's kicking off somewhere. All I can hear is like, fuck off. Even you guys can't hear it, it just does my head in. It never pisses me off today for some reason. So yeah, it's got it provides different options. You can rotate depending on the opponent, but she knows again, Tom's favourite line. She knows the league. She'll know the league. She doesn't need time to adapt to the league or nothing. And it's London. Her family's down here, so again, find it could be easier for her to be quick adaptation to London life as well. With her family being down here as well. And yeah, I'm buzzing for it. I'm absolutely buzzing. And I think, as I say, we're going to get onto the men. I've been saying I said earlier about the men's, that the club itself aren't messing about in their business, be it the academy levels, the girls, and the men. They ain't messing about this summer. Unlike last year, it was a bit of a strained one last year for the girls last year, transfer window wise. This one, we are not messing about. We're getting our business done early. We've got three players in already that we needed in areas we needed to address anyway, and we ain't messing about. And if I'm Emma Hayes, I'll be shitting myself right now. We've just obviously got Russo, we've got the other two, we've got other couple of players we brought in as well from what's the name? The one from Benfica. I can't remember the name. From Benfica. Can't remember the name now. It's gone to. But either way, we're bringing players in. We've got Beth coming back. We've got Viv coming back. At some point in the season, we have Laura and Leah coming back from injury. We've got Kim Little coming back at the start of the season as well. Our strength in depth is going to be insane. And I genuinely think, touch wood, if things go our way, hopefully, in terms of lack of, the dreaded freaking curse word of injuries, I think we will take that title back. That WSL title is coming back to the north of London for the first time in a few years, and I genuinely cannot wait. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. And then that was at 4 o'clock. That was announced, yeah. And then, as I say, fast forward, we're all in bed, most of us, either asleep or just about getting into bed like myself. 20 to 12, David Ornstein. I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if he's a vampire or something, because every time he drops a bomb, there's a positive one for Arsenal. It's always leaves it stupid at cock at night. But yeah, dropped a massive bombshell that Arsenal and West Ham had finally agreed the structure of the deal. It is going to go ahead. There's no messing about now. And in terms of the structure, it's going to be paid over in 3 installments. Basically, so the installments are, they're getting 75 million now. They're getting the rest of it broken down into 2 other installments next summer and this winter, and then next summer. The next 2 installments plus the 5 million add-ons if he reaches the achievable goals that we put in place, basically. And from that, obviously, then more news has come out. Medical for him and Timber, because obviously that's another bit of news that David Ornstein dropped today, that we've agreed to, again, get this up as well, actually. This is easier if I can go back and forth all over the place. This news as well about Timber. This is what was broke today, 7 hours ago. Arsenal, again, same thing as Declan, but obviously Timber. Arsenal have now reached a full agreement with Ajax to sign Jurriën Timber. Negotiations completed on a 40 million plus 5 million euros in largely realistic bonuses. 22-year-old defender granted permission to undergo medical and finalise personal terms. And we don't, again, that's the same thing, but with Declan and West Ham putting the statement for the West Ham for the Declan Rice announcement earlier, late last night. We all know the personal terms of both players has been agreed. Declan was agreed back in January, basically, and whenever we started talking to Timber, they agreed back then. So they've been agreed for a while. Personal terms. It's just basically the medicals, and both medicals have been booked in for later on this week, between Thursday and Friday this week. So you could be having an announcement either over the weekend or first thing Monday. But there is also rumours, in terms of the Declan Rice side of things, in terms of the announcement video, Arsenal, even before this news came out, by the way, about Declan last night, but Arsenal aren't missing. They were already hiring a certain actor, so we say, from Top Boy to be involved in the announcement video of Declan Rice. So they're going to make a point when it comes to Declan, and they're going to be announced obviously at different times. I think they're going to do probably Timber first, possibly, and then do the Declan. So Timber gets his moment, and then say a day or two later, because of the significance of the Declan side of things, the big bombardment of bang, here we go, there he is, and everyone just go on Declan as well, like literally just soak it in. And again, it does take away from Timber and his announcement as well. So I do think Timber will be the first. I think Timber will be the first player to be announced. Have his date 24 hours or so of the announcement and all the interviews and all that going out first, and then we'll get the Declan news. And then once that's settled, we'll then get the Reece Nelson confirmation, possibly. I think Reece Nelson will be, in terms of the Nelsons have been brought up in the chat. I think that'll be announced before Timber and all that, for the signing. So that'll be announced in the next 24, 48 hours, give or take. And then, obviously, it's Timber, and then Declan, and then after the Declan thing's done and dusted and settled down and all that, you're going to get your news about Saliba and then Odegaard throughout the summer as well. Oh, dear God. So it's been a busy, very busy 24, not even 24 hours, basically. Well, it was good, so yeah, but over 24 hours now for the club in general. And it's exciting times. This was announced over a few days ago, by the way, and obviously this is the reason about Russo. Oh, was it Saturday or Sunday, Emerson and Ange in the chat, that someone got a screenshot, put it on social media. I grabbed over it, put in the group chat and all that. Basically, the stadium tours are being shut off as of 1 o'clock on Monday, and then that's when I had inklings that basically Russo, that one's booked in for Monday. Could be Russo then. Get her booked in, take her to the stadium, do all the filming, all the photo shots, and all the interviews and all that stadium. And then there's another date booked off already, and I think there's going to be obviously that weekend now. That once they get their medicals, they might both both over for the medical side respectively, probably on the same day. Potentially, because you know what Arsenal are like sometimes. Well, we saw it with the announcement of the first two signings for the girls' team last week. Basically, they're both done and dusted on the same day. Basically, in terms of in medicals, round the training ground for a tour, over to the stadium, do the media stuff, and then go home, relax, and then the next day is all announced. Bang. And I think there's a potential that could happen. But I think, depending on obviously with Tim, because obviously Declan's he's back in London from his holiday, so there's no problem there. But it's more when we can get Timber over here, so whenever he can get the first flight over for his medical and all that. As I say, I think it's Thursday or Friday the medicals, so you're potentially going to be. I think it's Saturday. I think the stadium tours are shut off as it stands. It might be depending on again the ins and outs of medicals and this, that, and the other. It could be a bit over 2 days, but if they're both done on the same day, in terms of medicals, they'll be then brought in on Saturday, do their media stuff on a Saturday, over to the stadium on Saturday, doing more of the media stuff, all the photo shoots and all this malarkey that we've seen before, and then we get the announcements. We'll get Timber on Sunday probably, and then the big one on Monday with Declan. As I say, they will be. So when they are announced, guys, certain person is still watching. If you're still watching, Luca, when they are announced, it will be more likely, for logical reasons. Think about it. Timber will be the first one, so he gets his moment, as I said before, and then Declan will be the day after or 2 days after, so he doesn't take away from Timber and all that malarkey. What team are we discussing? Not Leeds. Got Delboy in the chat. Big up, Delboy. How you doing? Also, yeah, a bit of shameless promoting from Ange, by the way. Yeah, next Thursday we mentioned this in the last show. Ange and the gang and her little gang are joining us over on the Mr. Arsenal podcast for the rest, starting from this summer, starting from next Thursday, as officially been confirmed today. We're going to sort out the times and all that, and the panel for all that later on, either today or tomorrow. Privately, once we know that, you'll be the first to know, guys. But as of from next Thursday onwards, it'll be a weekly show. Ange as the host, her panel. And all that, it's all her. It's her thing that she's brought over. She's bringing it to this channel. It's going to mainly focus on the women's team, the academy, and they will touch on as well. They will give their thoughts on the men's team as well, respectively. But yeah, do keep an eye out. What's the? As I said, basically, I just answered that before I even put it up. But yeah, so basically, it's going to be. It is literally, as it says on the team, all Arsenal. So basically, mainly, as I said, going to focus on the Arsenal women's team and the academy teams, respectively. And they will touch on, and obviously every show they will obviously touch on how the men are doing week to week once the season gets underway as well. Right. And then come down the roll. This lost, and I can just taste it, yeah. Will you do an Ipswich Town versus Leeds watch along? Is it on TV? If it's on TV and it doesn't clash with an Arsenal game, be it the men's or the women's, sure, why not? I might even let Tom do opening weekend, as long as it doesn't clash with the Community Shield. I need to check times for that, so don't hold me to it yet, Tom. But I might even let you come on and host Leeds versus Cardiff. Just to make you feel somewhat of part of the Premier League furniture, even though you're not in the Premier League anymore for a season at least. Also, with Ange as well, with her show coming over, it will be like it was on my podcast in terms of there's no filter basically. In reason, there's no filter. As you've seen over the years with speaking with obviously me hosting and with having guests and all that, and we don't have a filter in terms of if we want to swear, we'll swear, but as long as it's not consistently like every other sentence, yeah, there's no filter here, and I think that's another. I think that's one of the major pulls for Ange to come over to this channel and bring her show to the channel as well. That there's no filter, don't have to be restrained, so we say. Hang on. What money do you want back, Stefan? You don't pay no money to this channel, respectively. Gonna phone a bit of Charlton Athletic for balance on one days. Things ain't that bad. Mr. Bungle's in the chat. Big up Mr. Bungle to see you now. Bradford City. Why you got to go in at each other, have you? These are good signings, but unless Party Holding and Xhaka stay, they are resentments not building. Not depth building. We need to do a lot more business. Yeah, and I think I've said to my brother and others, I don't think this will be the last. I think Xhaka is going to go for 21 and was it 25.5 mil? It's gone up to now. Looks like once we get announced Declan, he's going to be out the door. Holding's a weird one, but I think Timber's been brought in to be his replacement basically going forward. So I don't know if the plans are to move Holding on now or whenever, restrict more of his playing time. But if there's no plans by anyone else, just especially for the first half of the season, I'd keep him just as squad depth, just in case of injuries and all that. So you've got something to fall back on, and then reassess things come January. Part A, I don't know, 1 minute we're getting told that he wants to go, then we're getting told he doesn't want to go, and there's a couple want him to go, and then we're getting told that actually the couple want to stay and he wants to go. We're getting conflicting stories. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll play it by ear. And if we do let go Partey and Xhaka, I do believe the couple will then go out. Will still go out either way, and replace them, off, and keep that depth level where it needs to be, because we do need the depth. I keep saying we need depth. There's no mess about. There's no if buts and maybes on that one. Oh my god. Partey and Xhaka I agree with, but Kiwa is holding. Kiwa as well. We've got, that's what I'm saying. In terms of holding, it's a bit of a weird one, because I think obviously we've mentioned Kiwa there. We've got Timber coming in. They can play something back as well, along as right back. I don't know what. Maybe Arteta thinks maybe he can move him on, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Play it by ear. But in terms of incomings, I think there'll be one after these three. After obviously the next two get announced, in terms of Timber and Declan, we'll then get further announcements down the line in terms of one or two extra signings squad-wise that are more squad depth sense. I do not. I've never worn full kit in my life, by the way. I don't. Not that lucky. I'm 34. I'm not fucking 10 and 11 years old playing for Sunday League or whatever. Chris, big up Chris, says depth is important. I remember Torres back up being David Ngog. Yeah, David Ngog. Even in recent times, you had up till last summer when you didn't go for free. Obviously, you had a leaguey when from the second obviously Cup came in. There was always a heavy rumours that obviously Cup didn't want him. They're going to move out the door the first summer window. Never did, and he was good. He was good squad depth. He was a good squad player. He was one of them ultimate professionals that's got on, accepted his role, and took his chances when they came and scored. It's good. The second goal, the pivotal goal, to seal Liverpool's recent Champions League win as well. Defensive depth and continued attacking improvement is a must and should be expected. Yeah, it should be. And let's not forget, in terms of attacking options now, obviously got Kai Havertz in, got Smith Rowe coming back, and look, he looks on it. He does look like in terms of his form coming back. The Smith Rowe we had the season before last, sorry. And he's only played what, 3 or 4? Was it 4 games he played? Started 3, came on the other game before the last round as a sub. He's scoring 3 goals. He's scored in 4 games, I think it is, something like that. 2 or 3, one of the 2. He's got assists galore. His link-up play has been phenomenal from what I've been watching of him as well. And that's only literally. So he's going to come back from this Championships before the States, before we go to the States, and his match fitness will be there to where well beyond where it needs to be at that point. But the hunger's going to be there. No matter what happens on this final now, the hunger's there, and I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see him back playing regular football. He will. This is the bit of a myth that's been going around because of last season. The lack of minutes he got. First half of the season, from the away game against United onwards, he obviously had that injury he was carrying, couldn't do it anymore, so had to have the surgery. Since he had the surgery, they've been slowly and gradually working him back into training, into the squad, and in the round, in this, that, and the other, and giving him minutes here and there. Not as many as I would have wanted, but still minutes. And people thought, "Oh, that's it. Arteta wants him out." Da, 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 da. And I loved it at the time. In the end, I loved it because obviously Arsenal has let them for the first 14 days after the season ended. Literally, just let the media spill this rubbish basically, and then David Ornstein dropped a bomb of no plans to let him go. He's happy. The club's happy. Big part of Arteta's plans, not just in pre-season, for the next season and season beyond. No plans whatsoever to get rid of him. Fantastic. And then obviously we're seeing the hunger and desire of ESR coming back to his hopefully touch wood, full fitness, and his form prior to the the injury / surgery he had to have. Are you hosting a show then, Ange? Ange, well, yes, as I said before, Ange is hosting a very own show starting from next Thursday, 7:30ish UK time. A very own show, so that's podcast. The audio for it as well. If you don't catch the, again, another one of the perks I think possibly an order over here was obviously the OG got to be our own. Again, it's still her thing. I'm not intervening whatsoever. It's still her thing. In that side of in terms of the show itself and their panel and all that, who she has on and whatever. Also, if you can't catch it live, you will be able to catch it on the go on Spotify within half hour of it ending. It'll be up on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, all the audio platforms and podcast apps you can think of. Smith will be back for the Emirates Cup or Community Shield, and we'll have 3 extra weeks after his Euro final. Yeah, but my point is because he's been playing big minutes as well, long minutes as well. He's proven his fitness. He's link up playing his form that we've seen prior to last season, just gone. Is clicking in, and he looks silky as fuck. And I cannot wait for him to come back because obviously his match fitness will be beyond where it should be when he comes back for the time in pre-season. It's going to have to prove. He would have proved the point. No matter what happens in the final now, he would have proved the point in terms of his maintaining match fitness over extensive amount of time as well. And yeah, I'm buzzing for it. I'm absolutely buzzing to see him back. He's injured now. I don't think he's an injury. I think it's just a slight little twinge when he went down to make the assist or whatever. But we'll see. Keep an eye out for that in the next couple of hours. But I don't think it's anything major. It's just a little knock or something like you always normally get, but nothing major. I mean, all I'm going to say is we saw Katie McCabe go off in the Champions League game against Bayern Munich in the home leg, go off the pitch, down the tunnel, come back out with a boot. 4 days later, we're playing Man City. She's starting and scores the winning goal. So let's not just go, it's over the end of the world, and just to see what happens first before we have any sort of reaction to potential injuries or whatever. But I've just seen in the chat that a certain Kane has been mentioned by Nemeth initially. I might throw my 2 pence into this. I'm loving it in terms of the Tottenham fans going, we want him to go. We'd rather him go down and get nothing for him and then go next year. Then deep down they know if he goes, they are fucked. The guy scored 30 goals last season in the league alone, and they came 8th. Take his goals out, where the fuck would they have been last season? But Bayern Munich won him. Obviously, fucking Daniel Levy being the moron that he is, and the board and the owners at Tottenham are doing what they're doing. He is not for sale. He will not sign a new contract. He won't sell. It's not in your hands anymore. We'd rather lose him for nothing. Okay. Because you're going to lose him for nothing. That's going by Munich anyway. Or worse, he'll go fucking Chelsea. Or even worse, he'll come to us just for the pants. Well, rumour has it he's had the meetings with Tuchel and all that, and he's happy, absolutely ecstatic. He's like, yeah, cool. I'm that. He wants to win trophies. He's got people who need to remember. He turns 30 this month. He's never won silverware in terms of individual accolades aside, like golden boots or whatever. He never actually won a league title, FA Cup, League Cup, or the Champions League or any sort of cup. If Bayern wants someone, they will get him exactly. And let's be honest, since they let Lewandowski go to Barcelona, they've been missing that centre point in their attack that Lewandowski had. Kane will give that and more. And my fucking God. At least he's out the country then. He's gone. He's in Germany. Do his thing for a few years, retire, whatever. Exactly my point. And like Chris also mentioned as I say, if Bayern wants someone, it's like with Madrid. If Madrid wants someone, they'll get him. If Bayern wants someone, they'll get him. Especially if it's someone lesser small club like Tottenham. I mean, for example, just to throw it out there, when Serge Gnabry was at Arsenal, just before as he's about to leave, Bayern Munich wanted to buy him, and we were Champions League rivals, both in the Champions League at the time. We were like, no, you've battered us enough times, we're not fucking strengthening you, piss off. Sold him to Wolfsburg. Within literally half an hour of him signing paperwork for Wolfsburg, they went to Wolfsburg and agreed a deal in principle that he'll stay there he'll be at Wolfsburg for the season. They'll leave him alone. But the deal was do a season at Wolfsburg, then we'll come in, pay you whatever you want. We take him. Thank you very much. We got our man eventually, and they did that. It's mental. Fucking, he looks it. He looks it, doesn't he? He acts it sometimes as well. What's Bundesliga? I watch Bundesliga. The fans are begging for a striker like him. Exactly. Who's bigger, Wigan or Spuds? Wigan have won an actual major trophy more recently than Tottenham. I mean, they got relegated days afterwards, but they've won a major honour a lot sooner than Tottenham. That's all I'm saying. When are you doing the quizzes again? Yep, the second quiz. That's a bit of an update. The second quiz was meant to take part last week, not this weekend, just gone the weekend before. It got delayed because of something came up at Mike's end, and he had to postpone it. He's now currently in England on a holiday with his family. But the plan is, in a couple of weeks' time, when he comes back in a couple of weeks' time goes back in a couple of weeks' time to the States, we're going to pick it back up again, basically, in between the pre-season games, basically. So keep an eye out for that. But it will be coming back. It's not the last one wasn't a one-off. It is going to be a whole summer thing. But yeah, it's just move it around the pre-season schedule, basically, for what it is. Well, if Tom's in the chat, Tom can answer this one. Oh dear, how are we doing anyway on the old channel side of things? Let's double check a few things. Yeah, let's go corner hood there. Also, I'll say this as well. Again, as I said before, recap it. We will be covering all England Women's World Cup games. We'll be covering here on the channel as well. Even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I've got work on that day. I'll have to be up extra early, basically. I don't care. DM me. I will do, Steve. I will do. But yeah, I'm very happy. And literally now, the next things you're going to see from me in terms of transfer wise is going to be welcome to Arsenal, Timber, and welcome to Arsenal, Declan. In the next few days. Oh dear, we got Russo in. They're not going to be settled down now either. There's going to be more incomers, hopefully. Touch wood. Do you think West Ham will struggle without Rice? If they don't spend with the money they've now got, if they don't spend it wisely in the market and replace him, then what he not just when I say replace him, I mean replace him in terms of positional wise, and they don't address the areas that need addressing in terms of their squad depth and the squad in general, they could be in trouble next season. They could be. Don't want it to be, but they could be. It all depends on how they spend that money, who they bring in. Gary says Leeds have a new manager named Fart, or is it the Fark? It's the latter. It's the we say it sounds like a posh way of saying the F word, basically. Fork. Daniel Farker. He looks good as well. Obviously, again, to be interested. It's a good appointment. 4 years as well. He got there. He's been given that with Leeds. So it's interesting in England as other approaching things. The Emerson side I was reading. What number do you think Timber will get when he signs? As we know, what Rice squad number? Well, Rice, we know it'll be a shock if he doesn't keep with his 41, because obviously, as I mentioned in previous streams on this, there was an interview before we said obviously in terms of the 41, he's had it for years at West Ham in terms of come through that first team and all that. It's squad number he was given at the academy and all that. It's always had that sort of bond with him. So be it. I know it's coming to Arsenal now, but I'll be shocked if he doesn't keep with the 41 memento thing. Timber's well, it's apparently rumours that Saliba's getting number 2, so that's out of the question. Number 2. I'm trying to think what numbers are available there. Bloody hell. So I'm trying to think. Saliba's got 3. Saliba will have 2 if he hasn't already got it. Currently, White's got 4, Gabriel has 6, Partey's 5, but been in that situation, 5 could be available. 5, 7, no, 8 wouldn't be a defensive number, so I think that's 8. The other guy's got 8 anyway. 9 is Jesus, 10 Smith, 11. I think it was 11. Martinelli's 11. And 12, possibly. Obviously, 12's going to be available now. Potentially 12. Potentially. No, that's Ben White's number anyway. Why does everyone fall for this every time? Oh dear, give me strength. Rice is guaranteed 41 and Maria is now 40. I think Timber will get 12 if Saliba moves to 2. Yeah. If Saliba's moving to 2, then more likely I'll say probably it's going to be 12 for Timber. But if Saliba sticks with 12, then Timber will get 2. I think that's his squad number. I think, or his national team either way. Because set me up like that. That's what I'm saying. It's not even the first time he's run that joke before. It's on his channel a few times, and people fell for it. I think even I fell for it the first time. I was like, hang on. Daniel to lazy, and he's funny. He talks a lot into his endearing accent. Yeah, the accent's weird as well. Considering, just like you look at him, you wouldn't think coming out of his mouth would be that tone or voice. But it is what it is. I think he's a good manager. I think he's screwed over by Norwich anyway. When he came, when I say screwed over, I mean obviously he was given the tools to get him good enough, more than good enough to be in Championship and into the Premier League and all that. But both times he was screwed over because the owners, Delia the alcoholic being one of them, didn't back him in the Premier League life. They never backed him both times. So it's just like, well, you've got us up with this squad. We want a budget. Off you go. And then the second time, sold one of his best players. Second time, man, I was like, and didn't place it. It's like, oh, for God's sake. And they wonder why he struggled. And then fucking Dean Smith. They played Dean Smith. It is what it is. Luka Bereth had 41. He did. I don't know what's going to be the situation with him as well. In terms of if we're going to loan him out again or move him on, I don't know what's going on there. But maybe he gets an upgraded squad number as well. Maybe he gets 38 or something. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm going to wrap things up now, guys, because obviously with all the messing about, obviously I was late. Then we had the muting gate situation with the fucking stream I set up because Yeah, just yeah. And then amongst all that, and before all that, I had my rant towards Luca, and I wonder. The thing is, I did my rant, called him out, and what did he go and do? Dislike. And I know for a fact if I go to my phone, it's gonna be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing? Oh, fuck off. Let's be having ya. Where are ya? I remember that actually. I didn't even watch the game. It was Man City being Norwich versus Man City. Sorry, I didn't even watch this. Man City was shit, by the way. I didn't even watch the game because I think it was a Monday night game. I believe it was because I was. I think it was this would have been 0405. 2005. I'm trying to think now. Fucking hell, I would have been literally last year at school. Literally about to start getting ready to start my GCSEs and all that. So yeah. Anyway, wake up, so I'm in the kitchen, put the TV on and all BBC Breakfast News at the time. And it comes to that half hour stuff they do the sports section, and that's like, that was on there. That's predominantly on there. It's like, let's be having ya. Where are ya? Slurring her words as she does. And yeah, that's a massive talk in school as well. It's like, what the fuck? Oh dear. Show my age now, Jesus. Stop adding years to me, for God's sake. Behave yourself. Oh dear. Cheers, Gary. Appreciate that. Gary, by the way, I forgot actually, whilst we're here, quick before I do go, because I do know you're going to one of the games, and one of the games on when during the tour, during the USA tour, you're going to one of the games. Which game is it out of interest? Just so I know, so I don't bombard and go, do you want to come on do a watch along with me and all that? Because if you're at the game, obviously I don't want to bombard you. Obviously, I want you to enjoy yourself and all that with all the others. So I just sort of, yeah, just what I'd ask now. So it's in my head like, there. Emerson is saying, remind Arsenal they are charging to watch all pre-season matches. That's 4 to 5. They're charging for the pack up till tomorrow. As it's we got it till tomorrow basically. They haven't given a time frame, but up till tomorrow, you can buy a package, early bird package of the Nuremberg. Basically, for today, they'll give you the Nuremberg game, United, Barcelona, and the Monaco game at the Emirates for $11.99 currently. If not, it goes up to $15.99 or whatever. But they're not including the MLS game, the United game. Okay, cool. I should be fine for that. But I just want to make sure. Because as I say, I didn't message you on the day or prior to it and all that. So I can organise around that in terms of the other watch alongs and all that. Not available in France and Germany. That's it. Yeah. So $11.99. Yeah, and it will increase to 50. Yeah, I'll spot on there. Not available in France and Germany. Yeah, makes sense of that one. Considering our history of the French players and all the French Revolution back in the early 2000s, so I say, as it was branded. But not, for some reason, I don't know why, but the MLS All Stars game, so the game after the Nuremberg game, the first game that kickstarts our tour in the States against MLS All Stars, they're not showing us that. So I don't know where I'm going to be able to find to watch it, but I will find a way because I would do the watch along on that as well, most likely. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I don't know why. It's an Arsenal game. MLS part of our tour, but they're not showing it whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on there. If it's a deal that's been set with another broadcasting system or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the arse. You know that much. Yeah, I'll be there. Ray from the Arsenal fans, so come join me. Okay, cool. And with that, guys, I'm out of here. Again, little bugs we've had aside, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to check this comment quickly. Hope you have enjoyed the show, though. And Yeah, if you have, and you're new to the channel, do obviously say do subscribe. As this, I think this person has just now. Do subscribe, Arsenal fan from India. Big up yourself, and hopefully do stay subscribed because we're just finishing up. So if you want to watch this back, you can. There was a little bit of a muting situation. You'll figure it out. But in terms of at one point, it started the stream, it muted. I had to come back over to realise that and then sort that out. So, but apart from that side, as long as you enjoy the show and all that, you enjoy the content all the other content we've been doing, go and check that out as well. Yeah, we cover all things Arsenal on this channel, by the way, including, as I said before, brand new show Andrew's bringing to the channel as of next Thursday. So keep an eye out for that and her panel, and be nice, because I will be watching. I will be keeping an eye on things in so many aspects. But yeah, and also if you want to obviously smash that like button and share the content around as well, all your friends, family, all fellow Gooners as well. Bring them all in. More eyes on this channel, more building up the community as fast as we can, ready for the new season. Get this channel to at least 3K before the first game of the season, at the very least, and be massively appreciative of that. Lastly, also, if you want to become a member of this channel, you can do. Just click the join button. It's 99p in UK sterling or £2.99 in UK sterling. They are the prices. They will not ever go any higher, no matter what. All the perks are listed. As more members come along, I can add more emojis as well, so more stuff for you to use in the chat to interact with the channel, especially during the watch-alongs. But I will say this: I will say this to Tom, by the way. If the reports of what we're being given by certain outlets are true, Eddie won't be here for long, so make the most of it. Aside from that, guys, oh bloody hell! Hope you enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you on the other side at some point later this week with the Welcome to Arsenal, Yuri and Timber, and then a day or two later with Declan and Rice, respectively. Anything else happens in between that, we'll be back here live as well, so keep an eye out. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or afternoon, respectively. And we'll see you on the other side. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.